Aloha! Welcome to Yoga with Veronika. Today we'll be focusing on full body Vinyasa flow. Let's take a full breath in, stretch the arms up overhead. Exhale, drop the hands down. Breath in, arms up. Exhale, release. Another full inhale. Exhale, release your hands. Another breath in, let's reach those arms up. As you exhale, drop your right hand down, stretch, and then lean over to the right side. Let's circle out that top arm, but make sure to keep your shoulders stacked. So basically shoulders above the heels, so the spine is nice and long. Inhale, let's rise up. Doing the same on the opposite side, so leaning over to the left. A couple of circles just to open up that right shoulder. Let's rise up, and as you exhale, twist over to the right side. Make sure to keep your spine nice and long. Relax your shoulders. Breath in, arms up to the center, and as you exhale, twisting over to the left. Breath in, coming to the center again, dropping your hands, and then rubbing your shoulder, giving yourself a little hug, give your body some love. Let's switch our feet around, so same easy pose, but switching the legs. And then breath in, stretching your arms up. Once again, we'll lean over to the right as you breathe out. This time we circle out and transition to the opposite side, and then we go backwards. So we basically go back and forth, trying to stretch your fingers, your arms as far away as possible. Noticing your hips, your low back. You can go nice and slow or go a little bit faster, choice is yours. And then let's make it to the center. Left hand dropping, stretching to the left, and then we flow a few more times the same way, back and forth, opening up. Nice and fluid movement. Don't forget to breathe. Wonderful. Let's gradually make it back to the center. So both arms overhead. As you exhale, elbows down, cactus arms. Let's flow for a seated cat and cow. So as you inhale, you send your chest, your heart forward. Exhale, you round your spine and pull the shoulder blades back. It will keep flowing like this, really working onto the spine, so rounding and extending for a few breaths. Let's roll out the shoulders once you're done. Maybe some circles for the torso. Make sure to switch direction. Good, nice and easy. Really feeling that movement. Give your body some more love back. Maybe even rub certain body parts that may need some extra attention, like the low back. And then let's make our way into a tabletop. So a few full cat and cow. Inhale, rise. Exhale, round your back, opening the shoulder blades. Breath in. Breath out, cat pose. Inhale, cow stretch. Wonderful. Keep flowing with your breath. Still working, warming up that spine. We can add some side stretches. Literally just looking back towards your heels, towards your feet. And then let's circle it out. Pretty much the same way we did seated. So feel free to even close your eyes here and really exploring the movement of your body, being nice and gentle, almost curious in a way, definitely very kind and loving. You can press your way to a child's pose and then transition sort of back and forth, so we're circling out, in and out. Notice how it feels in your body. And then let's drop into an upward facing dog. Make sure shoulders are pressing back, relax your legs. And then exhale, press your way into a child's pose. So toes together, sit bones towards your heels, arms nice and long, and let's keep the elbows off the ground. So a little more active one this time around. Alright, breath in, let's rise up through tabletop, toes under, and then press your body weight back into your downward facing dog. And then maybe pedaling out your feet if you need to. You can also just hold a pose in stillness. See what feels good. Remember, again, we're working with our bodies. We're working with the body, exploring what feels good, what doesn't feel so good, even though every day may be a little different, right? All right, let's give it another deep breath in, deep breath out, and then inhale, sending your right leg up. And then let's bring it forward and ideally drop it between your hands or towards them. We drop the left knee down, so feel free to adjust your feet if necessary. And then rising your way up into low lunge. So you exhale, dropping the arms into cactus. We'll do a few more in here. Just leaning in and out of that hip. And then leaning backwards, so half split or half monkey. Your right knee can be slightly bent, but make sure your foot is flexed. And then we transition forward and back into our low lunge. Keep guiding those hips forward. Exhale, we can add those cactus arms, maybe even a little back bend. And then again, press backwards into your half monkey, half split. Breathing in, breathing out. Inhale, let's transition low lunge, arms overhead. Lean your hips forward. Exhale, drop your arms, cactus. And then let's hold here for a moment so you can relax your hands on top of your right knee and really focus on softening into the hips. All right, one last half monkey, so pressing your body weight back. Good. And then as we lean forward, we bring both hands onto the inside of the right leg, still guiding those hips forward. And holding and breathing in here for a few breaths. You can sink into the groins as well, so basically peeling your right foot to the outer edge, dropping a little bit lower into the groins. And let's slowly transition out. So same way we got in, we're going to send the right leg back into our downward facing dog. Let's roll through the spine and drop into an upward facing dog. You can relax your toes and then lift and back into our downward facing dog when you're ready. Breathing in, breathing out, and then inhale, left leg goes up, and then let's send it to the top between the hands. Back knee drops, adjust your foot as necessary. Inhale, rise up, low lunge. Let's add those cactus arms as you exhale. Let's guide those hands down into a cactus. Lean into that hip one last time before dropping the hands and transitioning into a half monkey. So lean your body weight back. We want to keep the hips above the back knee, more or less. So you may need to slide your left foot forward. All right, let's lean to the top, low lunge again. Guide your hips to the front of your mat. Exhale, cactus arms, guiding those hands nicely down. And then we transition back into our half monkey. Good. Remember to keep your left foot flexed. Notice your hamstring. And then one last time, transitioning into low lunge, arms overhead, sinking into those hips. Exhale, releasing your arms, maybe adding a back bend this time around. And then pausing here for a moment. Let's drop the hands, one last half monkey, leaning back. Breathing in, breathing out. And then let's bring both hands onto the inside of the left foot. Still dropping your hips as low as comfortable or slightly uncomfortable. Know that we always want a bit of a challenge from our yoga practice. So a little discomfort, but never pain. Option to drop into the groin, so you can peel your left foot off, lean into the outer edge, and sink even deeper into your groins. Alright, let's slowly come out of here. So stepping your left foot back, into your downward facing dog. Take a full breath in, full breath out. Alright, when you're ready, we're going to kick the right leg up into a three-legged dog again. Exhale, let's bring it in, plant it down between your hands, getting ready to rise up into a high lunge. So checking your hips, make sure your right hip is pushing forward, left hip back, lengthening through the back heel. Let's release the arms, interlace them behind us. Stretch, and as you exhale, releasing down into a humble warrior. Keep your hips leveled and keep squeezing your shoulder blades together. Let's slowly release and then transition, basically windmilling your way, opening towards the left side. So your back foot drops flat, right knees nice and bent, toes pointing forward, warrior two. Big breath in. Exhale, you windmill your hands down, and then step that left foot back, kick it up into three-legged dog. Mentioning a dog. Anyway, back to a down dog, same one to the opposite side. So left leg goes up, exhale, drop the foot down. Inhale, rise up, high lunge. Imagine you're pulling your feet, your legs apart, nice and steady, right hip forward, left hip back. As you exhale, release the hands, really stretch and pull them behind you as you interlace your fingers. Notice your chest, try and keep it open, and then exhale, releasing into your humble warrior. Let your hands drop over your head. Let's give it a breath in. Exhale, releasing the hands, windmilling your way, opening into warrior two, back foot flat. So back foot is basically parallel to the end of your mat. You can look towards your left fingertips, warrior two, big breath in. Exhale, let's windmill it down, stepping that left leg back, and again, downward facing dog. Breathing in, breathing out. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, let's send it to the top. This time we're going to transition into a wide-legged forward fold. So you're walking your way towards your left side. Make sure your feet are slightly in, heels are slightly out as you fold over. Now for the hands, you can just use the ground to try and bring yourself closer. Alright, let's get ready to drop towards the right side. So you bend the right knee, sink down, and then you're going to use your right arm to try and push your right knee away as you twist and open up towards the sky with your left arm. Exhale, drop down. Let's transition opposite side. Breath in, open. Exhale, release the hand down. And then we'll do one more time. So inhale, opening yourself up towards the left. You have an option to wrap the left arm around you, towards your low back or towards the thigh. Exhale, release. Let's shift opposite side and do the same. So right arm up, and then maybe wrapping it around. Paying attention to your right shoulder, make sure to guide it back or push it back. Alright, getting out of here, wiggling your feet in, let's drop into a yogic squat. If your heels are not reaching the ground quite yet, please know that's okay. And then let's just open it up towards the left, open it up towards the right. Let's do that one more time. Nice long arms, open chest, open heart space. Opposite side. And then sink in the center. You can press your hands against each other to guide the knees even further out using your elbows. And then gradually transitioning our way back into our downward facing dog. Let's roll through the spine and drop into an upward facing dog. So hips low, open back, exhale, downward facing dog. Breathing in, breathing out. All right, left leg goes up. Let's bring it in, plant it down. We're going to open to the right side this time. Same way we started, so you're going to get yourself into a forward fold. This time you have an option to wrap your arms around your legs. See if you can guide your body weight maybe a little bit towards the toes. And then let's lift it up halfway. We're going to twist over to the right side, over to the left. Alright, let's drop the tailbone down, knees out, toes out as well, goddess pose. Keep your tailbone tucked under. Let's stretch it up as you breathe in. Exhale, sink down low. And then let's drop over towards the right side, left leg extended. Not too low because we need to get up. And then we basically switch side to side for a few rounds. So working the quads, stretching the hamstrings nicely. A little more different dynamic. Alright, let's stretch it all up. Exhale, drop back into your goddess pose. Nice and strong legs. Breathe in. Breathe out, windmilling the hands down, stepping that left foot back, and getting into a downward facing dog. Let's inhale, roll through the spine, dropping into upward facing dog. Shoulders back, and eventually transition all the way back into our downward facing dog. You can have your toes slightly pointed in, heels very slightly pointed out. Knees can be bent or straight. You can also keep walking your heels. Few breaths in here. Inhale, let's send the right leg up. Exhale, bring it in, and this time we drop it into a pigeon pose. So you're resting the shin down. Try and keep your right foot flexed, that way we're locking and protecting the knee. Stretching into a nice proud pigeon. And then as you exhale, you can lower down, maybe forearms. You can potentially lay all the way down. If it's too much, remember you can always stay upright, even though being on the forearms actually feels easier as it takes some of that pressure off of the hips. And then let's slow it down here, really focusing on your breath. Inhale, gradually rising our way up. Take a moment here. And then let's make our way out of there. So you kind of lift and wiggle your back foot closer in, so that way you can kick your right leg back up into three-legged dog. And then bending your knee, you're going to bring that right foot over, almost like you want to let it fall to the left side. Make sure your knee is up, so you're opening up the hips, and you can actually bring your body all the way over into a nice wild thing. Push your hips open, gentle back bend, and then let's guide our body way back into our downward facing dog. Alright, same one to the opposite leg. So left leg kicks up, exhale, bring it in, shin down. Wonderful. Adjusting your hips, your feet, your legs as necessary, making sure your left foot is flexed. Inhale, stretch and lengthen, activate everything. Exhale, lower your body weight down. Forearms all the way laying low. Noticing your breath. Noticing your body. Taking a full breath in. Full breath out. Wonderful. Let's give it one more inhale so you can slowly start to rise up. Pausing at the top for a moment. And then wiggling the right foot, right leg closer in. Stretching your way into a three-legged down dog. So left leg kicks up. And then same way. So knee is pointing up. You're going to let your left foot drop back behind you and maybe all the way back to the ground for a wild thing. Whole body nice and open. Oh, excuse you, breathe. And then let's make our way back into our downward facing dog. Alright, let's drop those knees down. We keep them a little wider, so set your knees as wide as your mat, toes together, sinking into a wide-legged child's pose. Welcome to outside movement. You can rock your hips side to side, really resting and dropping in. With inhale, let's rise our way up, getting into a kneeling position. Inhale, let's bring the arms overhead and then bending the right elbow, going for a little tricep stretch. You can also bring the left arm around and try and interlace your fingers or get a hold of your fingers. Try and guide your right elbow further back, keeping your chest nice and open. Inhale, let's stretch it up, doing the same stretch onto the opposite side. If you don't want to wrap your arms around, you can always just use the right hand to push on top of your left elbow and keep guiding that left elbow backwards, chest forward. And then let's stretch it up to the center. Now a bit of a front stretch, so swinging the right arm along your shoulder. You can even wrap that arm around, so give yourself a little hug. Breathing in, breathing out. Make sure to keep the elbow in a line with the shoulder. Switching to the opposite side. Giving that shoulder a nice stretch. Let's release it. Stretch your arms overhead, interlacing your fingers, and then turning your hands inside out. So basically palms towards the sky. Keep squeezing your elbows together. Breath in. Exhale, release the hands, drag the elbows down. And transitioning through a tabletop, we're going to get into a shoelace. You can also do this by sitting down and then wrapping your feet around. So there's different ways of dropping into the stretch. What you want to make sure of is that your sit bones are on the ground. Let's keep the right leg on top of the left. Feet should be flexed to protect the knee. And then if you have a props, use them just to support your hips, your knees. Let's wrap the arms around, so right arm under left. Maybe adding some movements, stretching your arms up, adding a little back bend. Alright, let's unwrap those arms, stretch them overhead. Exhale, leaning over the knees. Please be mindful as our body weight will add to the stretch. So if it's challenging enough sitting upright, you can stay there, or leaning over the legs, and then of course focusing on your breath. Let's slowly come out, so you can press your way into a tabletop, stretching both of the feet back and then dropping into an upward facing dog, just to nicely open up the front of your hips. And then through tabletop, making your way into shoelace. Make sure to switch legs. Feet are wide and flexed, and then you drop your sit bones down. If your knees are not touching, know that it's totally okay. Using your props if needed. Let's bring the arms up, and then exhale, bring the left arm underneath the right. Relax your shoulders. Elbows in a line with the shoulders. And let's add maybe a little back bend, so whenever you're ready, taking the arms a little bit higher up as you inhale. Good. Exhale, you can start to release the hands. Inhale, stretch them overhead. Exhale, leaning over the knees, remembering this is optional. Notice how it feels in your hips. This can be a pretty intense stretch, so please be mindful with your body. And then let's slowly rise up through our tabletop, stretching the feet back, dropping into those hips, front of the hips, upward facing dog. Exhale, pressing back, wide-legged child's pose, knees open, toes together. Deep breath in, take a deep breath out. And then with inhale, let's slowly rise and transition those legs around in front of you. Maybe wrap your arms around your knees, give your legs, your body some love back. Hips can be pretty intense and challenging stretch, so take a moment to really acknowledge the hard work, giving something back to your body. Alright, we're going to slowly lower down. And then once you're down onto the ground, you can open your feet wider, Let your knees touch. Place your right hand on your belly, left hand on your heart. Fully paying attention to your breath. Take some time to relax and reset here for a few breaths as we wrap up our class. Know that you can stay as long as you need, just giving your body some time of stillness and relaxation before you return back to your day. Thank you so much for tuning in today and flowing with me. Make sure to subscribe and pressing that ring button so you receive notification when the next class is up. Check out my other classes and I hope to see you again soon. Mahalo!